sur mon lit à bouffer sa langue en buvant trop mon whisky. Quant à moi, peu dormi, vie débris, mais j'ai dû dormir dans la gouttière où j'ai eu un flash.
G'day tubers and welcome to part 46. Hope you are all well and haven't got the China virus. Thank you to my subscribers and my viewers and anyone else who contributes anything at all. We're in Dubbo in New South Wales, only for a sort of a full day, so the main thing I really wanted to see was the zoo, so let's go and have a look. Well, that was just a short little drive through the streets of Dubbo, tubers. Basically what you're seeing here is us arriving at the Taronga Western Plains Zoo, and I got to tell you, this is, well, it's supposed to be one of the top zoos in Australia. I didn't quite know what to expect, and it took me a minute to get the gist of it, but what actually happens is you drive up and you go in, you pay your $43, I think it was, for an adult. There's concessions and all of that. And then you're given a map, which is coming up now. It's not too clear a shot, but you go around a circuit around all the animals. Now, you can do that in a variety of ways. You can walk, you can drive your car, you can hire a bike, or you can hire a little, like a golf buggy sort of thing to ride around in, and you drive around. And there's car parks everywhere, and you go up and view the animals. It's an open range zoo, so you can sort of get a good look at the animals without fences where possible. Obviously, there's some deadly animals, and you're not meant to be in with them, and you can't get in with them unless you're a complete idiot. Very African safari sort of theme. There is a few Australian animals, but no, very, very African. But that doesn't matter. I mean, all the animals are great. Half of them were asleep. A lot of them you can't even see. They're probably in their little houses, but very open and plenty of room for them to move. Not like the old days where they used to, lock the animals in bloody tiny little cages and that. So they're quite free to move around, which is a fantastic thing. But I'm not going to talk anymore. Just watch through and, yeah, enjoy. All around the zoo there's lots of shady areas, picnic areas, about halfway around. I think it's about 4 or 5 k's around. There's a big kiosk and a water hole for the kids to swim in and that. A clean thing, you know. You can also go on a African safari in this bus. That costs you, I don't know how much, I wasn't going to pay it, but yeah, there's plenty to do. They also keep all the surrounding areas nice too, you know, well mowed, nice and clean. It's good. Some people used to smoke these, and I don't mean for eating. Coming up here, guys, is I think it's a Siamang monkey or bloody gorilla or something. These things are deafening. This is really loud when you're there. This is quite interactive, this bit, tubers. You can actually get right up, well, you're in here with them. But they're pretty docile. It looks like they're just kicking back. This is about the only Australian section in the place. Yeah, as I say, it's very African themed, which is fine. So we'll go in here, have a bit of a look and see. There's supposed to be koalas and that in here.
I think you can view the koalas up here, tubers. We're going to go and find out. Supposed to be koalas here, guys. I can't see him. All the way down there is a quokka having a little feed, but yeah, can't see any koalas. Probably a couple of drop bears. This is alright, tubers. These are made out of wire. Hell of a job. Yeah, chicken wire or something, rabbit wire or something. Don't know how they did it. And over here, in this artificial log, they've got the sound of a lion roaring. Plays all the time.
This is the lion enclosure, guys. They're a little bit hard to see. I apologise for the photography. It is with a mobile phone. You can see one laying there and a couple of girls shacked up in the den.
Scratch, how you going? Hey, how you going? What are you doing? You like that, do you? You like that? Hey, you like that? That's a bit of alright, eh? Hey, This is the horned oryx, tubers. They've all got two horns, but him over there, he's only got one, that one right in the middle. So, don't know what happened to him, he might have been fighting.
These are Galapagos turtles, guys, and they are bloody big and very slow moving, but they're huge. I think you can, like, kids can ride on them. Well, they won't let you, but you could. And just as I got here, the caretakers were given a bit of feed, a few bananas, a bit of lettuce, that sort of thing. They seem to enjoy it. I've said it before and I will say it again, tubers, if you don't like animals, there is something wrong with you, I reckon. Speaking of loving animals, tubers, look at this.
Old mate here comes walking up every day about the same time, seeing what he can sponge of me. What are you doing? Hey? You want that or not? Hey? You don't know if you want it or not. Old mate here's going to hang around by the looks of it. He won't go. He knows I'm a soft touch for a puppy dog.
Well, tubers, this is the Parks Museum, and as anyone who knows me knows, I can sniff these places out a mile away, especially when there is old machinery, and this place has got tons of it. There's some nice stuff inside, old historical bits and pieces, all sorts of stuff, but outside's a real area where I want to go, so let's go and have a look. This is a carriage off the Silver City Comet, tubers. If you remember back about 12 months ago, I was in Broken Hill and I went on the same thing basically, but in the museum there. The Silver City Comet used to run from Broken Hill to Parks, or through it or to it, one or the other, and was the first air-conditioned train in the Southern Hemisphere. So I tell you what, you bloody well need it out here too. This is interesting, tubers. This is a McCormick Deering. And if you look closely, on one side of the engine you'll see sparks, and on the other side you'll see an injector pump and injectors. I believe they started them up on petrol, warmed them up, and then they either automatically or somehow switched over to diesel. I think that was the story, but what a setup. Another interesting piece, people. They use this 6-cylinder petrol to get the big 2-cylinder diesel lister started. So, yeah, she's probably got a ton of compression. If I understood it correctly, this thing is actually homemade. This is an old Echo 510 tubers, international, probably very late 70s or very, very early 80s. This interior would have to be the most immaculate bloody little Echo left in the country. I tell you, it's spotless. Have a look at this, guys. I restored one of these and I'll include a photo, but this is what it's supposed to look like. It's for shearing, or for the combs for the shearers. Now here's a little item that I'd love to get a hold of. Either one of these Caterpillars or a Clee track, or any one of these old track machines. You don't see them, and when you do, they are worth a bloody fortune for some reason. Probably because it maybe wasn't that many in Australia as opposed to America, but this isn't a bad example. But yeah, I'd love to get hold of one of these. You've heard me talk about this before, tubers, but imagine doing a safe work method statement for this thing today. I tell you, look, with the way it is, you wouldn't even get it out of the dealership and onto the farm because of its safety non-conformances. Quick stroll after dinner, guys, just to meet a few of the locals and the cheeky apostle birds. You get these all over New South Wales, probably all over the country, though none in Victoria. They are the cheekiest little things, but they're dear little souls. I wish I bought them some food.
this is the sort of, I guess, Central Park in parks. The park in parks. There we go. Yeah, they've got it all set up for walking around, and there's some fitness equipment here. Beautiful lake in the middle, and yeah, it's quite lovely. They keep it nice, you know, so full credit to them. You just don't get this stuff in Melbourne. Tell you what, guys, playgrounds did not look like this when I was a kid. You had like a steel set of monkey bars and a rotten swing, and it was all made out of steel, and it was usually concrete underneath, and if you came down in a crashing heap. So no, this is fantastic. I mean, you see a lot of it, but it's fantastic. But it keeps the kids safe. I don't know if that's right or wrong. The playgrounds we had never hurt us, but yeah, it's interesting.
Tell you what, Jews, I'm going to call this one quits here. I don't normally do it, but I'm going to turn this into a Part 46, Part 1 and Part 2. This is Part 1 you've just seen. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my viewers. Thank you to anyone else who contributes anything at all. Hope you are clear of the China virus. And I'm going to see you in Part 46, Part 2, because there's a little bit more stuff I want to show you here. I want to go out to the observation dish. I also want to have a look at the historical air museum. So yeah, I'll break this up into a two-parter. So we're going to see you in Part 2, guys, very shortly. Take care, people.